I wanted to make this video on live for you, but my kids are being little monsters, so I decided to pre-record it instead. That way we didn't have a lot of interruptions. But I am making this video bringing to you my Costco haul. I've had people ask me before or tell me before they want to learn how to shop like me because they know being an hour and a half away from the nearest Costco that I'm very smart about it and I do things strategically so that I don't have to go to the grocery store every month and we still have fresh, good, nutritious food in our refrigerator, in our freezer. So I'm just gonna share with you guys what my Costco haul typically looks like, and then if you have any questions, definitely put them in the comments below. So I'm just gonna move across my table here. This is actually a little bit of a light Costco haul for us. I'm planning a party this weekend, so I knew with not going to be home every single day that we wouldn't need as much stuff. But we'll just start, and we'll start right here with my vegetables. I always buy the romaine lettuce of some sort, and right away I cut it up, I put it in a bowl, and then I do leave a couple as just long leaves for sandwiches, romaine lettuce wraps, things like that. I always buy a 6-pack of peppers, and what I will do is I will leave 3 out, and the other 3 I will take and I will wash them and then slice them and put them in freezer bags. That way we have sliced peppers that are ready for fajitas, tacos, chili, eggs, whatever it is in our freezer. And by freezing them right away today before they lose any nutritional value, that just ensures that they're as good as they can be for our family. So I freeze half of those. I always get the big things of celery and the carrots, and what I'll do with that right away is, again, I'll wash it all, and then I will cut off the stems, and I will peel some of the carrots, and I will make them into little snack-sized bites so they're easy to grab. And then some of them I will take and I will freeze them. I'll chop them up into little pieces and freeze some of them in baggies for putting in soup, crock pot meals, like roast, things like that. So again, it's a little bit of prep today, but next week when I want to make a roast, all I have to do is grab my bag of carrots and celery and grab my roast and then grab an onion and cut that and just throw it all in, and it's ready to go in the crock pot all day. Super simple. I usually buy 1 sort of veggie or 2 when I go there. We like the Brussels sprouts, asparagus, green beans. I kind of just look at those different things and see what we're feeling. And what I'll do with this is, again, after I wash them, I will take half of them and leave them out for a meal that we'll have this week, and then I freeze the other half. That way we use them all up before they go bad without getting sick of eating Brussels sprouts every day. I always get a big thing of tomatoes. I actually don't even like tomatoes that much, to be honest, but Chase does. And the cool thing about these is after I wash them and leave them on the counter, if it's getting to the point where Chase hasn't eaten enough of them up, I will go ahead and make homemade tomato sauce. There's a recipe from the Fix It cookbook that is so good. So I'll take the old tomatoes if they're getting bad, I'll make that and I'll freeze that tomato sauce. So again, I've got tomato sauce already in our freezer for if we ever want to have meatballs with noodles or whatever it is. So that's kind of like my typical veggie haul. Back here I have like our dairy section, I guess you could call it. Every time I go to Costco, I always get the 3-pack of the Silk almond unsweetened milk, and I put 1 in our refrigerator right away in the house, and then we're fortunate enough to have a cheapy refrigerator in our garage, so the other 2 cartons will go out there. Same thing with milk for the boys. I always buy 2. 1 goes in the house and 1 goes out to the garage. That way we're not constantly having to make milk runs. I typically buy 2 of the big plain yogurts. Kellen, Chase, me, we all love yogurt, so we go through the 2 of them pretty fast between eating them plain with berries in the morning or with recipes. And I also get a big thing of cottage cheese because Kellen loves cottage cheese and so do I. And then, I don't know if you guys can see it down here, but we buy the big 5 dozen things of eggs, and this is awesome because we pretty much probably eat like, a full 2 servings of eggs like 5 days a week, whether it's because I take a bunch and I hard boil them, or we just cook them up for breakfast or make egg cups. So that's that. Occasionally, probably like every 3rd Costco trip, I will also buy the egg whites, because that's kind of nice for recipes to use the egg whites instead, because they're in the carton and they don't take up as much room as the big box of eggs does, but I didn't need to do that this time. So something else I always get every time we go to Costco is, I'm knocking stuff over, is the 100% whole wheat bread. We don't really eat a lot of bread, so to be honest, this will probably last us like a month. I will leave 1 loaf out today, and the other loaf I will put down in the freezer, and then, you know, when we're ready to take the other one out, we will, and it's always good. We just don't eat a whole lot of bread. I always get sliced turkey of some sort. I was getting the, I don't even know what brand it is. It was like a natural brand of it, but it didn't seem to last as long when you're getting it in these big packs. So I've actually started to get the Kirkland Signature brand, and we're not minding it, and it lasts really well if you're not eating it up super fast. To do that, every time I go to Costco, I also pick up a rotisserie chicken. That way when we get home from our Costco haul, dinner is ready. And the cool thing is these are only $4.99. It's hot and ready, and then I will take all the extra chicken off of it. Tomorrow we might have chicken salad, we might have chicken noodle soup, stuffed peppers, and then I also will take bones and make bone broth. So I get as much as I can out of this $5.99 chicken. I actually had a challenger share with me that she got, off the top of my head, I think she got 10 or 12 little red 21-day fix containers out of 1 rotisserie chicken. So for $5 at Costco to get 10 to 12, I can't remember what she said, reds, that's awesome. So I'm running out of room, guys. We'll get over here to my fruit section. So when it comes to buying fruit at Costco, I kind of just look for what is a good price on the berries. And so this week when I went there, strawberries were at a really good price in a really big container, so I got that. I'll also get blueberries, blackberries, raspberries. It just kind of depends on what we have going on for our family and how much we're going to be home. But I got a big thing of strawberries this time. I also got a big thing of apples. And so those were kind of my fruits where it's like, those are the ones where every time I go I might get a little something different, but every time I go there is at least 2 things I get. And that is I always get a thing of bananas, and sometimes I'll even buy 2, but I'll buy one that's already ready to eat, and then I will buy one that is green. That way it gives us more time to eat them. And if bananas start to go bad in my house, I actually will just peel them and put them in a freezer bag and put them in the freezer, and then they're already ready to go for shakes, and I'm not wasting them. You guys can probably tell I hate wasting food, so if I can take anything and freeze it, I will, because why waste it? The other thing I always get is I always get pineapples, because and I look for ones that aren't quite ripe yet, which means that they have a little bit of time to ripen on my kitchen counter. So this week when we're eating our strawberries and our apples and our bananas up, I probably won't cut this for like another 5 days once we've already kind of started to eat through some of our other fruit. And then I also bought back there a watermelon and a honeydew, and it's kind of the same thing with those. I'll wait a few days to cut those, and then we will have them once we got rid of the other fresher stuff that needs to be eaten first. And then the last thing I got on my Costco haul was peanut butter, because we go through peanut butter like crazy. So this was kind of just like mainly a fresh food Costco haul. Other things that I buy at Costco that I just didn't need to get this time is we get oatmeal there. We go through oatmeal like crazy in our house. I get powdered peanut butter, I get flaxseed, quinoa, chia seeds, all of those types of things. I just didn't need to get them this time. The other thing that I always buy, but again, I didn't need it because I have a huge freezer stock, is I buy the Kirkland brand chicken breasts that are in the individual baggies. I don't know if you guys buy frozen chicken breasts or not, but sometimes it seems like they can get dried out if you don't get the bag sealed well. So I love the ones that are in a big bag, but then they're individually sealed in a little bag as well, because I found that those stay really fresh. But again, we had enough of that today. I also get Kellen chicken nuggets when I go there. They've got a really good brand that doesn't have a lot of extra junk. And of course, you can't go to Costco without getting some snack stuff too, but that just really depends. Like, I'll buy Kellen goldfish, or I'll buy them the Annie's fruit snacks, whatever it is, just depending on what we have going on and what is already in our cupboard. But as far as like this, like the fresh food stuff, this is pretty much what every Costco haul looks like for our family. So I would love to know what you thought of this video, if you have questions, and I do have a list of my typical Costco haul stuff. So if you want that list, just comment below and I will get that emailed out to all of you guys. I hope this was helpful.